Hey, I want to share with you something that might be actually pretty surprising, and you probably already know that it's really important to have carbs and proteins after a workout. Now, there are lots of different nutrition fads out there, diets, things of that nature that could mislead you, but I'm going to explain why it's important to have carbs and fats after a workout, why I like to have carbs and fats after a workout because of science, not just because of, carbs and proteins, sorry, I kept saying fats, carbs and proteins after a workout, why it's so important is because of, I'm just going to go into like a brief overview of this because the science is very interesting, but I want to keep this simple, something that you can think about every day to make this really worth your while. So to give you an idea, of course there's carbs and there's proteins, but I want to look at it from the perspective of what's happening in your body during and after a workout. So during your workout, your body is actually using glucose, which is the energy that's available for your body to use throughout the workout, basically. And then what happens is your body starts tapping into glycogen. This is the stored energy form. So basically, this is the type of energy that's being drawn from your body that's been stored already. And then after that, over time throughout the workout, not over time, I mean literally throughout the workout time, you are depleting these sources of energy so much to the point where your body might go into all these other scientific things, which I'm not really trying to get into today. I'm just trying to share that your body's going to start eventually using the muscle mass in order to generate the energy that it needs. So it's important to have carbs and protein after a workout because when you have, and I'm not talking about any carbs, like I'm not talking about like low glycemic carbs, I'm actually talking about high glycemic carbs. So if you ever find yourself like craving chocolate after a workout or craving something sweet, it's probably because your blood glucose levels have lowered. And what we want to do is actually get them back up because we want to have a restore of glucose, of glycogen in our body, because as soon as we can restore it, then we're recovering faster and we want the nutrients to get into our muscles. The only way our muscles can actually grow, our muscles can actually recover, is if we have the proper nutrients that we need within them. So what happens is when you have protein after a workout, you're going to basically spark insulin to be released in your body. And insulin is actually an anabolic hormone, which means it's really, really important for people who are looking to gain muscle mass or who are looking to really gain muscle mass as well as maintain muscle mass in a workout. Now, this insulin also helps to actually carry nutrients to the muscles faster. So insulin is very important. Again, it's an anabolic hormone. And, when we're actually working out, we're releasing cortisol, which is a stress hormone. So when we can really utilize the anabolic hormones that are natural to our body, like insulin, it's very beneficial. This is why having protein after a workout is really important. And like I said before, also it helps to carry other nutrients in. So for people who maybe are doing creatine cycles or whatever, that is not a steroid, by the way, it's creatine. We can talk about that another day. So anyways, it could be very beneficial for people like that. Now, let's talk about why it's important to have carbs. So I'm not talking about any carbs, like I said. I'm talking about higher GI carbs, like higher glycemic index carbs. Now, this might surprise you, but again, we are trying to restore the glycogen levels. We're trying to restore the glucose within your body, your blood glucose levels, and bring them back to normal. Now, again, in terms of insulin, your body's going to stop. Like, you're not going to have this spike and you're not going to be able to control it. It's going to be leveled out. Your body knows when to stop. At least for most people, not everybody. So, but of course, there's different things to do about that. So when you're considering the type of carb you should have after a workout, think of a higher glycemic carb. So I'm serious, like if you could think of a high glycemic carb, like this is why you see some people having like straight up dextrose or straight up like pixie sticks and sugar. It's because when we do this, it instantly goes to our muscle because it's a simple carbohydrate, which means it doesn't require a ton of breakdown or a ton of energy to break it down. Index, because it's instantly getting through to your body and it doesn't require a ton of breakdown, and it doesn't die. It's a fast process. I'm going to move over here since I seem to be losing some of my connection. But it's a fast process. It digests very quickly. Now, when we have the high glycemic carbs, this then, like I said, brings the muscles to that place where they're actually being restored, they're actually given what they need for recovery, and then they're able to grow and feed off of these foods. So this is just a basic overview because I don't want to get into so much detail. The really interesting things about it, I like kind of geek out on it I just love it. Whenever I get into it, I'm just like, this is the proteins and the carbs, and protein specifically is going to allow the insulin to be released in your body, which can carry nutrients to your muscles faster, which is important for muscle maintenance, muscle growth. And then, of course, you want to have the higher glycemic index carbs, surprising, believe it or not, immediately after, because that, of course, is going to help with the blood glucose levels. It's going to help with the instant glucose restore, and it's going to help you to have everything that you need actually go straight to the muscle sooner. So it's not a slow breakdown of the nutrients that you need. In fact, instead, it's fast. It's right there. It's to your muscles. So for people who don't want to go into gluconeogenesis or I always pronounce it wrong. This thing where your muscle starts being broken down to be used for energy. If you don't want to go into that, you have to get the nutrients to your body instantly. You have to get your body working for you efficiently, because your body can work for you, but it needs to have a push sometimes. You have to fuel it properly. You have to give it the right foods. You have to give it what it needs in order to carry out as the machine it is. It's a very simple thing. The input is gonna equal the output. So you got to put in what you want to get out. So it's very important that you are strategic about it, you're smart about it, and you consider what it is your body needs. Now, for some people, having a high glycemic index food right after workout actually makes them feel heavy and gross and not good. So that just means you find what works for you. That could be a little bit medium or lower. But these are things that you test and you figure out, and we really see how it affects you. Now, again, everybody is different, so you may be 100% different than somebody else, and that's fine. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to feel like, oh my god, my body's not working the right way. No, people are different, and it's fine. You can still generate the results that you want. Personally, I like having sweet potatoes after a workout. That's a very low glycemic carb, but it makes me feel really, really good, and I think it's the sugars in it, the natural sugars in it, that can help. However, keep in mind, with fruits and veggies, that natural sugar is actually broken down pretty slowly, counter to popular belief. So it's really interesting. It's all very interesting. You gotta find what works for you. You gotta find what feels good for you. You gotta find what actually gives your body what it needs. Sometimes I like to have just a couple of really quick simple carbohydrates right after a workout, and I love having a protein shake, and I love having a lean protein and as well as a carbohydrate. So find what works for you. Seriously, if you need help, ask someone who knows. Ask someone for help, because if you are just blindly going into this, then you're not going to actually get where you want to go. Everything that I've ever done involves hiring mentors and really change the way I live. Oh my gosh, Chris is on live and he goes, these live videos are pushing me to change my diet. Yep. They should be, because you need to. So what I want to say is, to those of you who are interested or who are looking for the guidance, the nutritional guidance, the help, whatever it is that you need in order to truly take your fitness, and even if you're not looking to be some crazy fitness buff, and you just want to be healthy and fit and feel empowered by your body, then reach out to me. I'd be happy to point you in the right direction. I'd be happy to help you with your nutrition and guide you to where you want to go, of course, if we're the right fit for each other, and really just discuss what it is that you need. I'd be happy to help you. I would love to hear what your goals are first. So if you do feel like, reach out, whatever it is you got to do, or visit my website, www.celestial.fit, and you can see all the ways we can work together, and feel free to apply and we can chat about it. So with that being said, I hope you found this really useful. I hope you found this information valuable. If you did, feel free to share it with a friend or tag someone, or just let me know. What do you like about it? Do you have any other questions? I'd be happy to jump on and answer more. I love sharing with you guys. I love answering your questions. And I hope you have an amazing day, night, or morning, wherever you are in the world. Just make it awesome.